Ja, Freunde, für uns geht es weiter, stets heiter bei Tales of Rise, Beyond the Dawn im Abschlussspurt. Wir sind mit der Hauptstory eigentlich durch. Ja? Wir müssen nur noch ganz kurz den Weg entlang latschen, dann sind wir eigentlich schon beim Endboss. So wie es aussieht, weil viel mehr kann ich mir da eh nicht mehr vorstellen. Sidequest fehlt noch eine, da muss man noch 3 Exemplare von glühenden Zahn kaufen, sage ich schon. Ja gut, da kann man kaufen, stimmt. Aber sonst halt sammeln. Also kaufen wir zwar tatsächlich lieber. Aber sammeln vor allem und die Ex-Quests noch. Denn ich habe gesehen, bei den Trophäen, wenn ich das alles noch mache, habe ich fast alle Trophäen, die es gibt. Also es gibt im Spiel 12 Charakter-Sidequests und 40 Sidequests insgesamt, nachher hätten wir alle. Und ich denke mir so, komm, wenn du kurz vorm Ziel bist, ich bin ja sonst nicht so der Typ, der so sagt, hey, Trophäen muss ich alle haben und so im Spiel. Aber wenn ich kurz davor bin, zumindest die so weit zu haben, denke ich mir so, komm, dann kannst du jetzt trotzdem noch leisten. So, aber auch noch Materialien. Aber ich glaube ja, wie gesagt, dass ich die hier gar nicht kriege, oder? Warte mal, ich kann es ganz einfach machen, über 2 Stück im Inventar. Nein, fuck. Guck einfach erstmal rechts und guck dann links, ob der Name überhaupt übereinstimmt. Grüner Zahn! Gibt es die Dinge ja doch, oder was?
Those are all the materials we need for the necklaces.
Let's take everything back so
Beim letzten Mal konnte ich aber noch nicht kaufen vorhin, ne? Da hatten wir nämlich auch geguckt. Also nicht, dass man irgendwie sagt, wir haben nichts schon vorgemacht, weil es nicht ging. Alter, warte mal, wo müssen wir hin? Pelegium, glaube ich, wa? Ja, okay, dahin. Ja, wir haben noch die Ex-Quest offen, deswegen dachte ich gerade, hey, wir müssen jetzt eigentlich hin. Also, wenn jetzt die Side-Quest noch abschließen mit Rinwell, danach müssen wir eigentlich ihre Side-Quest, also auch ihre gemacht haben. Dann kommen noch die Ex-Quest mit Elfen. Dürfte eigentlich auch nicht so lang jetzt sein. Wir haben nochmal geguckt und so, wie ich das eigentlich gerne machen würde von der Partanzahl her. Wir machen sicher in Part 33 das große Finale. Und dann hoffentlich auch irgendwie das Ende. Also ich werde jetzt selber mal gucken, nehme einfach mal so auf und je nachdem, wie es dann läuft, und halt ein bisschen was zusammenschneiden und so. Aber es muss lang zu Ende gehen tatsächlich. Es muss einfach. Oh. Hä? Achso, da ist sie. Oder sind sie besser gesagt.
Excuse me. If you've got something to say, then say it already. I'm sure you're just gonna make fun of me like everyone else.
Great, you're both here. Got a minute? I just found some pretty materials. Think you could use these to make accessories?
Oh? Wow. I've never seen anything like this. I can make a nice necklace or even earrings with this stuff.
But hey, I don't know much about those kinds of crafts.
What? I don't know about that.
You sure? I heard you've got a knack for that kind of thing.
Fine. I guess I could show you a thing or two.
Thank you. Oh, can this girl join us? The more the merrier, right?
Fine, whatever. None of the Renans ever had anything nice to say about my necklaces, though.
Listen, I'm sorry about before. I only brought up magic because I wanted to be friends. I don't know anything about making necklaces, so can you show me? And will you be my friend?
Okay, and I'm sorry too.
looks like they've made up.
Yeah. The two of them always wanted to be friends. So I hope they keep getting along. Oh, right. There's something I'd like to say to you two. Is that okay? The world is full of all kinds of people. Everyone has their talents and shortcomings. But there's more to them than that. Whether they're Dahnäerin or Renan, if people can work together to appreciate each other's differences, the world will be a better place.
Oh, I see. I don't really know about that yet.
It's okay. I've been figuring it out little by little myself.
Alright then. I'll teach you how to make cute necklaces, just like me.
Right now? Sorry. I appreciate the offer, but I'm kind of busy at the moment. But the two of you should just go ahead and make them without me.
Got it. Thank you, miss.
That went well. They're getting along and even included you in their new circle of friends.
Oh, stop it. Don't make me blush. But seeing the two of them made me realize I really want to get close with Nazamil. Not just as an adventuring partner, but as a true friend.
I'm sure you can do just that.
Das denke ich auch. Neue Trophäe, Freunde. Wir haben alle Charakterquests gemacht. Alle 12 Stück.
Good job, Rinwell. Sounds like those two were able to make up thanks to you.
Yeah, it looks like they were able to clear up their misunderstanding with each other. I hope they can become good friends.
I hope so too. But what if something goes wrong and they get in another fight?
Shion?
I'm sorry. It's just... I can't stop thinking about it. What's to keep the same thing from happening all over again?
Shion, don't worry. Working through their differences is how kids learn to understand each other and become closer friends.
She's right. Kids may fight a lot, but they usually make up quickly.
I see. I guess you would know better.
But you and I were like that too, weren't we, Shion? We clashed with each other sometimes, but we also talked a lot. And in the end, that's how the two of us became friends, right?
Rinwell. Yeah, you're right. If you believe in them, then I'm sure they'll be okay too.
Oh, but you know, the only reason I feel that way now is because I had the chance to become friends with you, Shion. It was only because of you that I was able to help those kids make up with each other. So, thank you, Shion. I'm really glad we became friends.
Yeah, same here, Rinwell. I'm so grateful I get to have a friend like you.
I think this event shows just how much Rinwell has grown.
I agree. She's come a long way from when we first met.
Kisara, I'm not done growing either. There's no way Rinwell will end up taller than me, right?
That's not the kind of growth we're talking about.
Though your dignity shrinks by the day, Law.
Der war fies. So. Wir sind jetzt wirklich so weit durch, ne? Wir haben... Was? Noch eine Quest? Wie, was, warum? Hä? Aber wir haben schon 39 gemacht. Es sind insgesamt 40 Sidequests. Das ist natürlich raus, diese Ace-Quest zählt gar nicht dazu. Und das hier vorne ist der 40. Moment, die wird doch jetzt nicht doof. Es sind 40 Sidequests insgesamt. Und hier auf so einer Liste, auf so einer Ansicht haben wir 10 Stück. Ne? Also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wenn ich hier ganz kurz durchgehe, ganz kurz runter, Bedeutung der Flagge, 2G bis die raus ist. So, dann haben wir hier 20. Das sind 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39. Und hier halt die 40. Es sei denn eben, dass dieses Extra gar nicht zugehört. Gut. Die Monster trete ich eh nicht mehr an, also es muss jetzt für die letzte Sidequest noch sein. Weil bei der X-Quest wird sicher nicht der Fall sein, das finde ich jetzt ein bisschen sehr schräg.
Guess I misread the landing.
Nö, das war Absicht von mir. Ich muss meine Aggression an die auslassen, Elfen. Nein, Quatsch. So, was ist jetzt hier los?
Let's see what's going on around here.
Yeah, there might be someone...
Huh?
Hm.
What?
No.
Quest begonnen, Hand in Hand. Hand in Hand. Was noch irgendwie bei Dragon Ball GT?
I can't believe...
Ich noch irgendwie eine Abkürzung oder so? Ah, okay.
that man said that. Could he have picked worse phrasing? I hope Rinwell and Law don't take his words too...
Das hoffe ich auch mal.
seriously.
Both of them have faced their pasts and are now looking forward to the future. But words can still hurt. And we should keep an eye on them.
I agree.
So.
I guess...
Law!
Nee, aber nicht. Was soll das?
What?
Ich hab's doch so gut versteckt. Du hast mich reingelegt, Mann.
Grief.
Ich kenne keine Schlangenaugen. Seinen alten Herrn. Was für eine seltsame Quest, ey.
Are you
Suche nach dem Schlangenauge. Es ist schon da oben. Junge. Ich will so eine Quest, aber hin und her und hin und her.
Kayla?
Yeah. I was just thinking back on my time with the Snake Eyes. I was a serious mess back then. But I still can't believe I really arrested my own dad.
Allah.
Sorry. Now's not the time for old regrets.
Nee, wirklich nicht. Springelfen! Fallschaden. Over 9000. Gut. Bin ich aus dem Weg. Hier wollen wir noch irgendwo sein. Noch ein paar Suges, wa? Oh, Hilfe, wird überfallen!
Little help!
Ja, aber easy. Oh!
Don't mind if I do. Illuminate the dark! Illuminate the dark! Come forth, holy quiver, holy land!
Was ich selber machen muss. Wenn wir kurz auf Law switchen. Sorry, aber ich bin nicht so der Typ. Dankeschön. Ich bin nicht so der Typ für Magie und so. Aber Law, wie ging das schon wieder? Hat doch irgendwie auch eine super krasse Fähigkeit.
You see what happened there is you crossed me. Shouldn't have done that. Time for one more. Dust to dust. I'll crush you. Lightning reflexes. Tenebrous claw. They just keep coming. You're wide open. Tectonic punch.
Lightning condensed!
Dust to dust.
Thunderblade! Illuminate the
Time
dark!
for one more.
Come forth, holy
Take
quiver,
that.
holy land!
I'll smash you.
A chain between heaven and earth.
Hurricane.
A wailing beauty of lightning!
Showing up to get knocked down.
Da kommen noch mehr.
A whirling trouble!
Irgendwann wäre es vielleicht mal mit die heilen lassen oder so. Ich frage für einen Freund.
I'll be
Also für dich in dem Sinne.
You've got some nerve showing up to get knocked down.
Sag mal,
here!
These fists have got your name on them.
Ready!
Inferno punch. I'll crush you. Lightning reflexes. Tenebrous claw.
More incoming!
You're all finished. You hear it now. Crumble.
I'm crowded enough with capital energy as it is!
Watch this. Talon hurricane. Eagle's eye.
Divine!
Tectonic
Too much to handle?
I'm on a roll. Don't get too close, okay? Short range is our area.
Illuminate... Oh, did I worry you? Sorry about that. But thanks!
Eagle, huh? I wasn't worried. Anything in armor is all mine.
The waters of creation!
Dust to dust. You're
Dance,
wide. You've
immortal
got some
goblet.
nerve showing up to get knocked
Time
down.
to wait!
dann langsam mal aufhören hier.
Just me or are we checkmated?
I think we might be.
So, good time to run?
Thunderblade! A chain between heaven and earth.
I
A
can do this all
wailing
day.
beauty of lightning!
Inspiration! I can do this
Los, soll seine mystische Art einsetzen, Junge. Er macht's nicht mehr.
Sleep now.
Eagle's eye!
I'll
Talon
take
hurricane! I'm just getting started.
confiscated.
Inferno
A
punch!
whirling struggle.
Dust
Winds of
to
heaven!
dust!
Burst forth! Sleep
Talon
now.
hurricane!
Get on in there with the
I'm
others.
on it. Huh?
Oh Gott, ich hasse die Quest jetzt schon.
In the groove.
Wenn es angeblich wirklich die letzte sein sollte, dann, naja, dann geht's ja einigermaßen noch. Warte mal, ich muss irgendwie mal was machen hier.
The picture of hell. Talon hurricane! Eat this! Burn!
Illuminate the dark!
Almost! You're wide open! First strike! I lost myself in the heat of the moment.
Ey, das gibt's nicht, ey.
Talon hurricane! Eagle's eye! Talon hurricane! We are freaking invincible!
Alphen and the others truly are strong.
Das ist hoffentlich jetzt das letzte Mal, ne?
Expert coming through. Not on my watch.
Now you see what I can do! I'll finish you here and these fists have got your name on them! Inspiration! I can do this all day!
In here.
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Nein, Loch. Junge.
Well.
So schnell skippen, so schnell es irgendwie geht.
Yeah.
Profi-Problemlöser, wir haben die 40 Quests durch, Freunde. Okay, zählt die Extras auch nicht dazu.
I had my doubts for a time, but Law and Rinwell have both gotten stronger.
Yes.
Na dann,
Our concern.
kümmern wir uns noch um die Ex-Quest. Und keine Sorge, hier machen wir es ein bisschen entspannter wieder.
Were unfounded. They've both grown a staggering amount.
When we first met up again, I still saw them as children that need.
Mahavar, can we have a minute?
Oh, Alphen! How you been? What's with the serious face?
I've come to glean some of your worldly knowledge. Do you know what kind of flowers are best suited for a wedding ceremony?
Flowers? For a wedding?
Yeah. Do they need to be a special kind? Any practical information you have would be helpful. I think some kind of pretty white flowers would be best.
Whoa there, hold on just a minute. I'm glad you thought of me for advice, but, you know, I'm not really the flower type.
Oh, can't you remember anything? It's super important.
If the flowers are for a wedding, then why not just use whatever kind of flowers the bride and groom both like?
There's no particular type that I like. Heck, I barely even know the names of any flowers.
Ha! Erwischt!
Wait, Alphen, it's your... I think I get it now. In that case, I'll give it some more thought. Maybe... Nah, that's all wrong. Oh! There's a Calaglian legend that's perfect for this kind of thing.
A legend?
Yeah, they say there's a rare flower that grows only in Calaglia. The legend goes that if you wear it, you'll be happy forever.
Really? I'd never heard that one.
Now that you mention it, I think I read about that flower before.
If you ask the Calaglians, I'm sure they could tell you more.
Then it's probably quickest to ask the Crimson Crows for info.
Thanks, Mahavar.
Same goes for you. I won't press you for details on your plans, but good luck.
Thanks. See you around.
A flower
See you
that makes
later,
happy
alligator.
when you wear it. What a beautiful legend.
Irgendwie schon, wa? Ob der Doktor über Bescheid weiß?
For Calaglia to have.
It may be difficult tracking down real information about the legend, though. It sounds more like an ancient fairy tale.
We'll have better luck if we ask people in the area where the flower can be found.
Okay, sind noch dasselbe, wa? Blumen des Glücks.
Tilsa, I didn't know you'd come back here.
Yeah, I switch off between here and Pelagian. What's with you, Alphen? You in some kind of trouble?
No, not exactly. I'm looking for a certain flower. I heard that a flower that makes you happy when you wear it grows around here.
A flower that what? It sounds like crazy talk.
It's supposed to be rare and only grows in Calaglia. You haven't heard of it?
Rare, huh? It could be that one flower. You know, the white one that grows in the Iglia wastes.
Oh, that one. I've certainly never seen it anywhere else, but I didn't know it had that kind of legend attached to it. So why do you need this flower that makes you happy anyway?
I'm doing some research on wedding ceremonies. I don't know anything about them, so I thought I'd start by looking into bouquets. In my research, I heard about a perfect flower that grows in Calaglia, so I decided to track it down.
I see. Wedding ceremonies, huh? If you're looking into that kind of thing, I assume you...
You've got your reasons, right, Alphen? I wish nothing but the best for you. The area where that flower grows has been full of Zoogles recently. They may have trampled all the flowers fled.
Guess we'll just have to go and see. Thank you for all the information.
Hang on, why are Tilsa and Nath grinning like fools?
You figure it out. You think maybe he wants the flowers to make a bouquet?
You mean Alphen? You planning on making someone special the happiest woman in the world?
Wait a minute, I never said anything like that. I'm simply trying to learn more about weddings.
You traitor! I'm supposed to be the first, then it's your turn!
Hä? Wieso?
No, you're misunderstanding. It's really not like that.
If we're jumping to conclusions, then just ignore that ignoramus and go off to find the flowers.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
Wait, Alphen! Ah, damn it!
Let's head to the Iglia Wastes. We...
Ab ins Ödland. Oder ja, zurück ins Ödland.
Might get to see the actual flowers we could use in a bouquet up close and personal.
Right. I just hope Zoogles haven't destroyed them.
Sind noch ein paar Freunde von uns?
We seem to have come across something a little unusual.
Ja, das ist sowieso. Bei jemand doch irgendwo der Aufstieg. Ah, hier. Ah.
It still amazes me every time he does that.
Yeah, the way they grow before your eyes really is astounding.
Hey, Dohalim, what would happen if you tried to cast that on a person instead of a plant?
I don't know. I've never made the attempt.
Are you seriously going to ask him to cast that on you just so you can be a little taller? Are you crazy?
How'd you know that's what I was thinking?
You are a young man of straightforward goals, Law. It was an easy guess.
Schön gedisst. So, sind noch die Blumen.
No choice. Crush. Incineration blade. Take cover, face me. One more. Dragon form.
In a vine?
Dragon.
Impressive, Dohalim.
Float like a butterfly and sting like a bee. Or so they say. People say that.
Nice takedown, Dohalim. But this isn't over yet.
Of course.
Negative gate.
Pull them away!
Now.
Too fast! Stand back!
These little ones are hardly worth our
Jetzt kommen so ein paar neue Gegner nach, aber hier geht es natürlich wesentlich schneller.
Consider yourself finished.
There you go, Alphen.
It's time to end this battle.
I'm right beside you.
Keep it up, everyone, and they'll soon be
Der
done.
geht grad so schnell, gar nicht mehr nachkommen.
Let's wrap this up so you can teach me
You
more
picked the
about
wrong
cooking.
fight.
Sure thing, but only if you call me Captain again.
Glacial Spear. Pierce evil. Here's a healing arc.
Can't get out of this!
Look sharp. Lunar corrupt.
Junge, bevor du es richtig finishen kannst, ist sie schon tot. Was ist denn das? Schwächlinge, ey. Und tschüss.
They really are beautiful flowers, but they've all been trampled, like we feared.
There are a few that aren't harmed. So these are the flowers that can make you happy. Got it.
It was nice to see the real thing. Since we took care of the Zoogles that trampled them, they should grow.
You're right. If someone wants them for a wedding bouquet, they'll probably be able to pick some here. Though it may take a while for enough to bloom for a whole bouquet. Something wrong, Rinwa?
It's nothing. I just had a lonely thought.
Lonely? What thought?
I was imagining your wedding. Your bride might be someone very close to me. A dear friend. This was just a thought, remember? But if it is someone like that, I'd naturally be overjoyed for two people I love. But at the same time, I'd probably feel a little like I was losing my closest friend.
Rinwell.
Alphen, if it does turn out that way, you have to promise me you'll take care of her forever. Look at me. I can't even picture it without welling up.
Rinwell, I haven't made any decisions about my future, so you should put thoughts like that out of your head. But you really care about that friend of yours, don't you? I'm sure if this friend heard what you just told me, she'd be very happy. I feel like I should thank you. Thanks, Rinwell.
You're welcome. I'm sorry for wasting your time with my crazy thoughts.
No, it's okay.
Oh, and I had another idea. When a bride throws the bouquet, only one person can catch it, right? I always thought that was unfair. Maybe you can do something about that. Like, give one flower to each person or something.
Isn't throwing the bouquet part of the fun? If you hand out flowers instead, then won't some people be disappointed?
You may be right. Maybe there's some other way. What do you think, Hoodle? Hoodle and I will talk it over. If we come up with something good, then maybe it'll take off.
Blume des Glücks.
Hey, Hoodle! Think we could discuss that bouquet we were talking about earlier?
Warte mal, Shiones Tagebuch hat hinzugefügt. Wo jetzt?
Fun.
Führt man so Tagebuch? Ich habe mir vorgenommen, ab heute Tagebuch zu führen, um unsere neue Reise festzuhalten. Oder so ähnlich. Damit ich mich später erinnern kann, mir denke, wow, das ist wirklich passiert und lache. Allerdings weiß ich gar nicht so genau, wie man ein Tagebuch schreibt. Am Ende ist es vermutlich mein eigener komischer Stil. Also spielt ja keine Rolle. Ich weiß nicht, ob das ein passendes Thema für meinen ersten Tagebucheintrag ist, aber heute haben wir über Hochzeiten gesprochen. Das ist schon ein Jahr her, seit wir Kagari und Notios fantastische Zeremonie besuchten. Inzwischen reden viele Private darüber oder planen schon ihre eigene Hochzeit. Das freut mich sehr. Es ist ein sehr schönes Thema, das Leute jetzt umtreibt. Mir ist auch klar geworden, dass er ganz falsch verstanden hatte, was Kisawa damals über das Fangen des Blumenstraußes sagte. Dass man nie heiraten wird, wenn man ihn nicht fängt. Ein Glück stimmt das nicht. Also nicht, dass es mir viel ausmachen würde, aber vielleicht hat es mich doch ein bisschen beunruhigt. Ein ganz kleines bisschen. Da fällt mir ein, Elfen wirkte beim Essen ungewohnt ernsthaft. Ich frage mich, was da los ist. Am Essen kann es nicht gelegen haben, sonst hätte er sich keinen Nachschlag gegönnt. Vielleicht hat er sich intensiv über ein neues Gericht nachgedacht. Kisawa suchte Rat. Rinwell und Elfen unterhielten sich angeregt und ich wollte dazukommen, aber Kisawa hat mich abgehalten. Sie brauchte dringend meinen Rat zu ihrem neuen Schild. Also wie sie ihn visuell ansprechender gestalten kann. Ich dachte immer, sie pfeift auf Ästhetik, aber vielleicht entwickelt sie langsam ein Gespür für Stil. Wie wunderbar. Ich werde sie bestens beraten. Sie schien echt Wert auf jedes Detail zu legen. Selbst nachdem sie mir alles erklärt hatte, stellte sie Fragen um Frage. Bis wir fertig waren, hatten Elfen und Rinwell ihr Gespräch schon beendet. Kisawa war wirklich gründlich, was das Design angeht. Es wird sicher seine Zeit brauchen, aber am Ende wird der Schild der schönste von allen sein. Damit haust du jeden um, Kisawa. Was redet eigentlich Elfen mit allen? Ich hatte Kisawa schon eine ganze Weile mit dem neuen Design für ihren Schild geholfen, als er plötzlich sagte, das reicht. Obwohl sie vorher zu jeder Kleinigkeit meinen Rat wollte. Ob mir meine Vorschläge nicht gefielen? Wobei es sie auch nicht besonders zu stören schien. Ich wollte Rinwell fragen, was sie meint, aber sie unterhielt sich angeregt mit Elfen. Da fällt mir auf, die beiden haben in letzter Zeit viel zu bereden. Ich frage mich, worum es geht. Ich wäre gern dabei, wenn es so ein aufregendes Thema ist. Es ist ja nicht so, als wollte ich jedes Detail über Elfens Privatangelegenheiten wissen. Ich bin nur ein kleiner neugierig, mehr nicht. Okay.
What did you want to talk about?
Gion! Nothing. We were just playing around.
Really?
Really? Ernsthaft? Zum Kämpfen eher ungeeignet, wa? Ihr müsst jetzt aber bei den Outfits drin haben. Oder auch nicht. Lustig. Weil Ich kann die gar nicht irgendwie deaktivieren, oder? Hm. Okay, wenn wir das Hochzeitskleid jetzt haben, glaube mir tun aber jetzt nicht Dinge gesehen. Das Eisenkraut, okay. Nochmal hier schön rüberlatschen, ne, ist ganz klar. So, und nun? Ah, wie sind wir?
Let's get back to gathering info on wedding ceremonies. You and Rinwell looked into flowers, right? So what's next on the docket?
I'm thinking food should be next. The food at Kagari's wedding was really amazing. I still remember it.
That's so. Hey, didn't I hear something real similar from Shion? That was close. I almost let something slip.
I don't know anything about that. I just have an interest in wedding foods. What should be served, how it should be prepared, stuff like that. I just want to learn.
Klar.
True, you can't just serve anything you want that tastes good. If you served hot dogs at a wedding, people would...
Yeah. Wedding food should be a treat for the guests. So I'm sure Dahnans and Renans will each prefer different things.
Let's start by looking into the Renan side.
Yeah, I agree. We can begin by asking Dohalim.
Sorry. Dohalim's on Shion distraction duty. I'm doing my best to keep her in the dark too, so we've got to be sure she doesn't overhear us.
I see. In that case, maybe Dohalim's friends Avakir and Faria can help us out.
Those two that were on Lenegus. They're over in Pelagian now, right? Yeah, that's a good place to start. Let's go see them and see what they have to say.
Ein Festmahl des Segens.
Dinner at a wedding reception. What would you pick for the menu, Law?
I'd want a bunch of tasty meat. Just pile my plate with meat, and I'll be happy as a clam.
I should have known you'd say that. And I imagine you're not the only one who feels that way.
Right? But since it's a fancy shindig, I guess you probably need some fancy food, too.
True. I hope Avakir and Faria can give me some good suggestions.
Das hoffe ich auch irgendwie. Naja. Ich habe das so Gefühl, dass wir jetzt bei dieser Art von Sidequest, oder ist ja keine Sidequest in einem Sinne, ne, ist eine Ex-Quest, dass wir hier halt, ich schätze mal, es sind 6 Punkte insgesamt, ne? Sprich, für jeden Charakter werden wir halt, ja, einen Abschnitt haben. Wobei, warte mal, 5 sind es dann, ne? Entschuldigung, weil wir sind ja 6 insgesamt, Elfen ist sowieso immer mit dabei. Das heißt, jetzt hat er zuerst mit Rinwell, dann mit Law, dann kommt Kisawa noch, Dualim und zum Schluss natürlich Shiona. Wenn es um den Antrag selbst geht. Und die Hochzeit selbst, sie wird hoffentlich am Ende dann sein, weil, naja, es war ja beim Hauptspiel so, ne? Da haben wir am Ende ja in den Credits und After Credits ja gesehen, was dann passiert ist in der Hochzeitszeremonie. Dort war zwar Ding nicht sichtbar, unser guter Nazamil, aber gut, das war ein anderes Thema. Da kann man jetzt auch einfach dazu schneiden oder so, ist ja kein Problem. Wegschneiden wäre schwieriger, dazu nehmen, denke ich, weniger. So, dann fangen wir sie mal. Was jetzt zum Thema Futter meinen?
I know it's sudden, but Dohalim's busy, so we were hoping the two of you could tell us a bit about Renan customs.
I'm surprised you'd come to us, but we'd be happy to help out a friend of Doe's. Huh, I didn't know weddings were popular here. They're a custom that goes way back on Renan.
What kind of food do you serve at Renan weddings?
Let's see, for the guests... Oh, you've got to have a huge cake.
The bride and groom cut the cake together in front of all the guests, then feed each other a slice.
They feed each other? I'd be too embarrassed to do something like that.
Wait, Alphen, are you asking about weddings to prepare for your own? In that case, you've got to make sure your partner has a say. But I guess that would be tough if you want to make it a surprise.
No. I'm just curious, so I'm not keeping this a secret because I want to surprise someone.
I see. Seeking knowledge on subjects out of your wheelhouse is a noble pursuit.
You've taught us a lot. Thanks, Avakir. Thanks, Faria.
Now that we've learned about Renan customs, why don't we ask someone about the Dahnäerin ones?
Sure, but who should we ask? I guess we could start by going to see Doc.
Sounds like a plan. Let's head to Uzelbeck.
Schade, sehr viel Tod. Ich meine, der wäre natürlich prädestiniert für das Thema. Da können wir ihn ja gut fragen, wie er damals auch Laws Mutter kennengelernt hat und wie er einen Antrag gemacht hat und so. So war's halt.
Food and stuff like that too?
I'm not sure. But the more I think about it, I suppose those aren't really his areas of expertise. I guess I might have a bad habit of turning to Doc whenever I have a problem.
You must really trust him.
Ja, etwa so wie alle anderen sich mit ihren Problemen an Elfen wenden, ne? Wenn der sich halt immer an Doc. So, das war ganz vergessen, ey. Verteidigung dort verstärken. Kann nicht schaden, wenn sowieso im Kampf drin ist. So.
It's good to have someone like that when you're lost or confused. And he clearly doesn't mind.
Das ist wahr.
Hey Doc, there's something I want to talk to you about.
Weddings? I don't even know what that is, let alone what kind of food you should serve. Calaglia was poor, and we couldn't even afford to think about stuff like that when we were...
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, I've heard of weddings. There's ceremonies for people that are getting married, right?
Married, you say? Alphen, you thinking of settling down?
It's more that I haven't thought about it enough, so...
I was all prepared to take a parental role and give you my blessing, but you're not tying the knot? You know, Alphen, you really haven't changed at all.
Maybe not. There's still a lot I don't know. So much I have to learn.
So if Doc doesn't know anything, what now? I can't think of anyone else who might know about weddings.
Do you know anyone who's done that marriage ceremony? If you do, maybe you could ask them.
Oh, right! We do know one couple.
Kagari and Notio. Of course, why didn't I think of asking them? We attended their wedding, and theirs is the one that set off this whole wedding craze to begin with. They're the perfect pair for us to talk to.
Then our next destination is set. I'm sure they'll have all kinds of useful information.
Seems like everything's settled here.
Good luck, Alphen!
Lass mich raten, wir müssen dann zu ihnen gehen und natürlich jetzt zuerst, dann sagen sie, oh ja, ihr müsst da und dorthin. Dann gehen wir in den Ort hin, oh, so ein paar Sugel, die unsere Zutaten gerade am Fressen sind, machen die da platt. Ey. Jetzt redet schon. Distelum, Genef Heroes.
World together.
Well, they're married, so that's a good thing, right?
Yeah, for them. But it's hard to know how to respond when they're acting like that.
Hat er irgendwie auch was.
Oh my, hello. Are you here for Notio? Or did you come to see me?
Both of you, actually. Can we ask you some questions about wedding ceremonies?
Of course. It would be our pleasure. Our wedding ceremony is one of my most important memories with my beloved Kagari. Ask us anything.
What should we talk about first? How about the day I decided to marry my sweet Notio?
Sorry. Maybe we can get to that later. For now, I want to know about the food.
See, I'm currently gathering information on food that's served at weddings. You two have experience, so I was hoping you could share your insights.
Of course. We'd be happy to. Our ceremony was very simple, but we did it our way.
We didn't worry too much about Dahnäerin or Renan traditions. We decided to do whatever made us happy.
It's the thought that counts, after all. I think you should prepare whatever the couple wants to eat, or something they want their guests to eat.
The thought that counts. Taking care of your guests, you mean? Thank you. That's helpful.
Oh, and we prepared dishes with ingredients that are said to be auspicious.
Since everyone came all the way just for us, we wanted our guests to feel happy too.
Everyone who attended seemed to enjoy it, so I recommend doing the same.
But gathering everything was quite an ordeal. Remember, Notio? We were only able to serve what we did through sheer luck.
What do you mean by sheer luck?
The merchant we talked to said it was a miracle he got everything, and that he'd never be—
Wow, it's that much trouble. And it may be tough to procure those kinds of ingredients. If that's the case, we should try to gather everything ourselves and see what we can do.
You want to gather things now? Even though you're not getting married yet?
Yeah, I want to make sure I know how to get what I need.
Okay. You sure put your all into things you're serious about, huh, Alphen?
I appreciate your help, Law.
Sea bream is a high-class fish with an elegant—
They also said something about lemons bringing—
Where I'm from, we eat rat pig meat.
Sounds like certain ingredients.
Kriegen wir schon.
Both like that also feels special. Guess I'll start with stuff I like.
Meerbrasse fehlt
Good
uns noch.
idea to find some spices. The spiciest stuff they've got around here.
I'd caution against too many unusual flavors. It's best to stick with the recommended ingredients, especially in your case, Alphen.
Danach will ich eigentlich wieder kaufen. Kaufen. Ah, wo ist denn der jetzt? Ah, hier. Weiß ich, Meerbrasse auch kaufen mittlerweile. Hast du den kaufen? Ja, bringt nicht viel. Nee, Materialien, so. Königsfisch. Eine Zitrone noch, so. Das ist alles. Irgendwo Dinge. Da, grüner Zahn. Ah, schon wieder. Dinge brauchen wir gar nicht mehr.
Alright, that's all the ingredients they wanted.
Should we head back to see Kagari and Notio and Thistleum then? We've got all the ingredients for that recipe now.
Great. I'll let you cook then.
Wait.
You've already got some auspicious ingredients. And I went on and—
It definitely wasn't easy.
Okay, I think we got a handle on how to gather what we need. I also know what to do to prepare for my own wedding.
How about that? I think we got some good info.
If you're doing all this to prepare for your own wedding, you should fully understand what your partner wants before planning the menu.
What my partner wants?
Sorry,
It's not like that, Kagari. But people keep telling me the same thing. To take my partner's wishes into consideration. But I'm still just doing research, so I don't really understand what that means.
So you're doing research to understand what you want for yourself.
Some people are satisfied as long as they end up married and don't do any planning at all.
Yeah, that was—
We got some great advice. So I think that should about do it for our culinary investigation.
I feel like there was some other auspicious food, but I can't recall what it was.
What? There's more?
I'm sorry, but I'm sure there was some delicious and auspicious food that both renäens and dahnäerins enjoy. It was the hardest one to get our hands on. Someone knowledgeable about gourmet should know what—
Oh nein.
Well, now that's got me curious. We've already come this far. We should try to gather some ingredients.
Ein kundiger Gourmet, das kann nur einer sein.
And I knew you'd say that. Maybe that old man—
Gordino.
I know, right?
Thanks for all that.
I hope what we should—
I wonder where our old foodie friend is.
We'll probably run into him if we go somewhere famous for its food, right?
I hope he hasn't collapsed again while searching for his next culinary obsession.
Nee, besser nicht.
Oh, look who it is. An auspicious food for weddings that both dahnäerins and renäens enjoy. I know a few things that fit the bill.
Okay, so are any of them something that she likes?
Huh? What was that? Speak up!
Well, it's, Shion. I need something Shion likes.
Wow! What are you so angry about? What did I do?
You didn't do anything wrong, Gordino. Shion's name just kinda came to mind. Just leave it at that.
Well, I've got no idea what's going on. But I know just the thing for that young woman who's always hungry.
Oh, come on, just say it already!
Dahnäerins love it, renäens love it. That young woman who is always hungry does too. And it's auspicious. Boss Fish checks all the boxes. In the gastronomy world, they say that if you eat a boss fish at a special occasion, your family will be bestowed with safety.
Ich finde es lustig, dass der im Englischen Bossfisch heißt und einfach im Deutschen Königsfisch übersetzt wurde. Da der eigentlich erst so wegen, Kingfish. Und dann, hä? Bossfisch?
I didn't know there were legends like that in gastronomy.
Oh, it won't be that easy. Boss fish are hard to find. However, if you aren't able to pass this test, you won't get my blessing to marry my daughter.
Hä?
But who said anything about marrying your daughter? I don't need your blessing.
Obviously, I'm joking. I don't have a daughter, but I've always wanted to say that.
Ja.
At any rate, I'm not kidding about boss fish. Good luck getting your hands on some. You'll need it.
Don't we already have the boss fish he's talking about? Should we give it to him, Alphen?
Gordino, is this what you need?
Oh, there's no mistaking it. That's a boss fish for sure. It must have been quite the trial to get this. But hospitality would be meaningless if it were easy, now wouldn't it? You've done well, son. Okay, I'll allow you to marry her. But I won't forgive you if you make my daughter unhappy.
Not this again.
Jokes aside, if you can get your hands on boss fish, then you should be able to get any ingredients you need.
Thanks. I think it's fair to say we've perfectly understood how to gather what we need.
We learned about wedding dishes and how to gather the ingredients. So you must be satisfied now, right, Alphen?
Indeed. I owe you my thanks as well, Law.
If you ever need more advice about the menu for your wedding, don't hesitate to come see your friend Gordino. Regardless, my fabulous recipe deserves a name. Absolutely exquisite! Harmonized!
Okay.
I hope someday she'll be on board with making the menu too, Alphen. I'm sure she, or your partner, will be happy with anything Gordino cooks.
Something my partner will enjoy. I need to think about that, too.
Hmm?
No, it's just... everyone we've talked to has mentioned the same thing. My ultimate goal is to learn more about weddings and marriage. But Kagari and Notio said that isn't enough.
Right, that's why we looked into boss fish. Isn't that enough?
Maybe. But I don't know if it counts as taking my partner into consideration. I'll have to give it some more thought.
Das Tagebuch hinzugefügt. Gut, das werden wir in der nächsten Folge noch lesen, Freunde. Also, besser gesagt, zu Beginn der nächsten Folge. Aber finden Sie in der Folge 30, haben wir es lang genug gemacht, ne?
Let me know the next time you're having trouble. I'll be glad to help.
Thanks. I appreciate the offer.
No problem. Leave it all to me.
Das sowieso. Also, ich gehe sowieso davon aus, dass, wie bereits erwähnt, dass ich noch 2 dieser Ex-Quests habe. Jeweils noch mit Gisawa und Dohalim. Und dann wird es nochmal ein Schlussding geben mit dann Shione, aber das wird vermutlich relativ knackig sein, denke ich jetzt mal. Knackig. Und ja, so sind wir dann, denke ich, vielleicht sogar nächste Folge, am Ende der nächsten Folge sogar durch. Wer weiß. Ich könnte dann eigentlich auch nächste oder übernächste Folge nachdem noch ein paar FP verteilen. Ein paar mehr noch. Auch hier denke ich mal, dass wir nicht bei allen hier durchkommen werden. Ganz bei Elfen jetzt mal ganz kurz präsentieren. Ich meine, wir haben hier noch so viel übrig. Ja, wir kriegen bei ihnen den K.O.-Schutz noch hin, aber nachher ist es, glaube ich, langsam ein bisschen knapp. Wir sitzen hier, nehmen wir jetzt mal ganz kurz runter. Bei Law und so aus, bei dem müsste es vielleicht sogar hinkriegen mit allem zusammen. Ja, könnt. Kommt drin erst. Aber 3000 ist schon relativ viel, was wir noch brauchen. Jetzt bin ich eh schon dran. Na gut, jetzt können wir direkt sogar noch abschließen. Also alles kriegen wir nicht mehr hin, ne? Da müssen wir irgendwie, keine Ahnung, wir können dann noch mehr FP fahren, noch müssen wir kämpfen, ja, hä? Weil kriege ich auch durch normale Kämpfe, auch ohne Level Up, kriege ich trotzdem noch FP. Das müsste trotzdem funktionieren. Aber trotzdem, ich glaube nicht, dass ich hier noch alles fertig kriege. Das glaube ich jetzt auch weniger. Aber ist auch nicht unser Ziel, von dem her. So, in dem Sinne, fürs Zusehen, Freunde, bis zum nächsten Mal. Dann machen wir die restlichen Ex-Quests noch. Dann sind wir hier auch durch, weil eben Side-Quests haben wir alle. Dann die Ex-Quests noch. Und dann, ja, da, wie gesagt, sind wir eigentlich schon kurz am Endboss. Da müssen wir nur eine Treppe hochlatschen. Und dann können das Spiel in 2, maximal 3 Parts dann durch sein. Also DLC wohlgemerkt, ne, DLC. Ja, schönes Ding, Leute, schönes Ding. Bis zum nächsten Mal und ciao zusammen.